Hey guys, it's Aiden here making another video. I know I haven't been around for the past 2 months. I haven't really been posting. I haven't really been focusing on YouTube per se. I've been focusing on things in my life. So I've been busy, went on vacation, moved into a new place. So this is the new place here. I can finally use my microphone that I paid $200 for. I couldn't use it in my old apartment, and it was very frustrating. But I don't know exactly what I want to talk about today, but I've had a hard time getting down and making a video, a hard time being vulnerable again in front of a camera. When you get away from it for a while, it's kind of hard to get back and start doing it again right off the bat. Some of the insecurities and doubts that I had at the beginning when I started to come back up again. And I started making excuses to not make videos, or sitting down and not having content to make a video, or just feeling nervous. So first of all, I want to thank all of you for subscribing, for the people that have subscribed, and the comments, people who comment below, I appreciate that too, and the likes. It means a lot to me. I read every comment that comes through. Yeah, I'm grateful to you guys. Thank you for that. And if you want to reach out to me directly, you can contact me through my email address or through Instagram, which are both in the description below. So you can check that out there. So I guess today I kind of just want to talk about what I'm feeling today and kind of what I'm working on, because a lot of things have happened since the last video I've made, and I don't necessarily want to cover everything, but I'll talk about sort of where I'm at right now. One of the main things that I'm focusing on right now, and one of the things that I've noticed that I struggle with, is overthinking and looking for signs for things. So looking for signs in my external world to help me make a decision. And these are connected because they are basically the same as each other, based off my experience. In Psychosis, but also just in general, people use looking for signs as a way to justify actions, as a way to understand that you're on the quote-unquote right path. And a lot of people view it as something that's not necessarily bad. But for my situation, in my case only, I can't speak for other people, I found that looking for signs for why I should do something, or looking for some kind of signal from the universe for something to go a certain way, has not been healthy for me, because it's usually tied with overanalyzing. It's not correlated with actual presence of a sign, quote unquote. So basically, what I notice that I do is that if I'm overthinking, or if I have a doubt about a choice or a decision, I start to overanalyze. I start to sort of create this anxiety over the issue. And that anxiety and that fear is stemming from my insecurity with making a decision or making a choice, or feeling like I don't have enough resources or enough sort of information to make the choice. And so I look for external factors, external events around me, in order to help me decide if that course of action is correct or the other course of action is correct. The most simplified version of this is basically like asking, should I do this or should I do that, and flipping a coin. Obviously, like, signs around you are less direct. It requires interpretation, but it boils down to about the same thing, because what I've realized is that looking to something outside of yourself as a sign for this should happen or this should happen is completely subjective, and it's completely not based on any, which obviously is, like, when you say it out loud, it makes sense, but it's a projection of your own psyche on the situation. So it really doesn't hold any water as far as an argument goes of, like, this is the path, or this is a sign from the universe that this is going to happen. So I've been, instead of looking for signs and overanalyzing situations, I've been focused more on letting go of the narrative, letting go of, oh, I'm not sure about this, I don't know what decision to make, maybe I should look outside of myself to get the answer. Instead, when I start to notice that anxiety and that fear, I identify that fear and that anxiety, and I realize that that is causing those thoughts, and so I just allow myself to focus on the breath or come back to myself or just calm down, because I know that that's not a healthy habit, that's not a healthy pattern to follow. A more healthy pattern would be to calm down, to center yourself, to take your time with the decision, to talk to other people about the choice that you're about to make. And if it's little things, because I've noticed that when sometimes I overanalyze little choices, and I used to do this more than I do now. I've gotten a lot better. But I used to overanalyze simply like going down one street or going down another street if I'm walking. Instead of like making it kind of like a dilemma of like, this is something I need to choose. But really you can just be like, well, this one looks interesting, or this one looks interesting, or you can just kind of be like, well, either one works. You could just flip a coin, but don't see it as a sign. Just be like, this is, because I can't decide, I'm using the coin to help me flip. So if you have a big life choice ahead of you, like, don't flip a coin. But if you have just a little choice that's not really gonna have that big of an impact, and you don't want to make a choice, like, are we gonna order pizza tonight or Chinese food? You don't have to look for a sign around you in the universe to give you something like magical, like, oh, this is gonna be the perfect experience. It's like, you're gonna have an experience either way. You get to choose what that is. If you don't want to choose, you can flip a coin, but it's not a sign from the universe that like, this is the magical, you're gonna meet your girlfriend, or you're gonna meet like the perfect meal that you've ever had. And I think some people can get caught into that. That's something that I've gotten caught into, and it's definitely something that people are caught in psychosis. So I'm focusing on just grounding, focusing on just letting go of the storyline. When I notice that I have that storyline of like, oh, what is this? Do I need an answer? That busyness that keeps that anxiety going. I'll just be like, okay, I notice that. I know how I feel right now. If you start to feel anxious and tight and worried, that's probably a sign that you're, at least when we're talking about this area, it's a sign for me that I'm in that state. And so I can identify that using how I feel and how many thoughts I have, and be like, okay, slow down, pause, what's going on here? Okay, I see the thoughts here. Let's let it go. Come back to the present moment. Just be here. Just enjoy the space. And then it allows for an opportunity to reflect, an opportunity to just be present instead of being lost in thought. And it's a lot more pleasant to be in. If you have any questions for me, you feel like I missed something, then feel free to put it in the comments below, and I'll try to answer it or make another video about it. And yeah. As always, guys, make sure to seek your truth and to take time for yourself. And I'll catch you in my future videos. Bye for now.